You're young and everyone is trying to point you in different directions. The problem is, most of them are idiots. A society collapses when the wise listen and the idiots give advice. Those who haven't walked the path can't tell you what the journey is like. So here are 15 practical pieces of advice for people under 30 so you have a real sense of what to do. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Number 1. Losers focus on winners. Winners focus on winning. Dumb people discuss other people. Mediocre people discuss current events. Smart people are busy building themselves. If you're under 30, please understand that there's a number of hours required for you to get whatever it is you want from life. And these thousands of hours are mandatory. They're the price of admission. You can't fake those. You can't skip them. You need to put in the work. Whatever you choose for yourself, you already know what you should be doing to make progress. Do that. Look for progress, not perfection. As long as you feel like you're improving, you're moving in the right direction, as everything you do will compound as you grow older and wiser. Number 2. You don't know what you're capable of unless you try it. If somebody else has done it, that means it can be done. Here's what people get wrong. Everybody knows the recipe. The hard part is getting all of the ingredients. Think of any goal or desire you might have in life and ask yourself, what ingredients do I need to acquire to get the desired outcome? The most common ingredients are time, health, discipline, and ability to self-motivate. These will serve as a baseline for what you're cooking. Simply add the rest on top. If you're under 30, you probably already have time and health, so go get the other two. Growing up poor, we used to look at all the rich people in the world, and we thought about it from a numbers perspective. There are over 62.5 million millionaires in the world. Why couldn't I be one of them? If over 60 million people have figured it out, so can we. Do the same with anything you want. Be in the top 10% of your profession or industry, and you'll probably be seen as successful. Number 3. There are no sunken costs in your 20s. A sunk cost is a big commitment of resources, usually time or money, where if you were to fold, withdraw, or quit, the loss would be substantial. In your 20s, you'll experience the illusion of sunken cost because your mind only accounts for the time being alive. You think a 1-year relationship is a commitment. You think 2 years into med school is a commitment. Don't be afraid to say fuck it and start something else. Get out of that toxic relationship. Quit that horrible job. Drop out of university if you realize this isn't for you. Realistically, you're going to get 3 or 4 opportunities in your 20s to reinvent yourself without doing any real long-term damage to your happiness or fulfillment in life. If you only get one life, it would be a shame to settle for anything less than what you want. But that doesn't mean to do things superficially. Go full-heartedly into it. You will learn more about yourself, what you want, what you like, what you're good at, and what you're not. Realistically, you need to spend 2 years doing something before you realize if it's actually for you. These 2 years will allow you to move beyond the first stage of the S-curve. In the early days, you'll spend a lot of time, resources, and effort without seeing much in terms of payout outputs or results. But do it for long enough and something will click. That's when you'll see an explosion of growth and performance. In your 20s, you need to acquire the skill of understanding S-curves and where you land on them. If you give it your all for long enough and you don't see things getting substantially better, it might be time to try something else, but rest assured you will still start at the very left of this new S-curve. Number 4. Life is longer when you add chapters to it. When you look back on this year, what do you remember? Do this exercise right now and you'll realize there are a handful of specific memories that you recall, and that's pretty much about it. When you expand that timeline to someone's life, you realize you'll never recall all the days that look the same, yet for most people, that's exactly the way they live life. So pay attention to this. When every day starts to feel like it's the same day over and over again, it might be time for you to add a new chapter to your life. It's time to quit. It's time to move. It's time to fall in love. It's time to go for an adventure. What is this chapter in your life all about? Start thinking about life in chapters and give them names. Are you in the let's travel the world chapter? Are you in the money chapter? What would you call the chapter you're in right now? Share the answer in the comments. We really want to know. And speaking of traveling, number 5, travel before you figure out where to ground yourself. We've said it once and we will say it again. Where you live is the most important decision you'll make in your life because it determines who your friends are, what you'll do for work, who you'll marry, and what long-term values you'll have. If you're under 30, moving to a more fertile ground will allow you to blossom. You haven't yet planted any roots of your own. Your family should support you in your decision to better yourself. If not, you'll still visit. And if you're limited by budget and can't travel the world to pick the absolute best available, travel at least to the biggest city in your vicinity. Travel cheap, ride the train, couch surf, visit online friends, find ways to do it, stretch your availability to expand through space. The further you're able to travel from home, the more in control you'll be of your life. Because people who move will never stay where it doesn't serve them. Once you find a good place, spend some time there. As with most crops, at some point as you enter into a new chapter of your life, you drain it of resources and it will no longer serve you. That's when you know you'll have to move again. Number 6, don't waste time solving problems that aren't yours. If you're under 30, you're not yet fully developed. Like a video game, you don't have enough XP to deal with the big problems in your life, to tackle the big bosses. A sinking ship can save no one. While you're under 30, your only goal is to grow stronger, wiser, and more powerful. The stronger you become, the more people you'll be able to protect. Focus on developing your ability to shift reality to make things happen. In those early days, it will be hard, but the world doesn't care, so it will burden you with its problems. The trap is you don't actually have the tools, skill set, or the ability to solve their problems, so any attempt to do will be just wasted time and effort. You're not supposed to take care of anyone until you're at least able to take care of yourself. Number 7. Distractions and shortcuts are there to tempt the weak. There are no shortcuts. There are no freebies. The only free cheese is in the mousetrap. There will be no unearned money, no matter what you see or hear. Everything you will have in life will have to be earned the hard way, the real way. Once you do it right, it will never elude you because you'll know how to do it over and over again if you have to, and every time you'll do it, it'll be easier than before. But the first time is really hard. You'll struggle and it might even hurt. But you can't grow without experiencing some growing pains. You don't need to do 30 things at one time. Find 1 or 2 things that matter and focus on those. That's how you win. Success boils down to just doing the obvious thing for uncommonly long periods of time. Number 8. Making money matters. Keeping it matters more. Money flees the hands that don't know what to do with it. Money is also one of the easiest things to solve in life, but it requires sacrificing everything else. Change your perspective. You're not broke, you're just pre-rich. If you're smart, you'll solve money first and move away from the money problems. It takes, on average, 7 years to get rich, but there's a difference between being rich and being wealthy. Rich is when you're paid a lot of money for your work. Wealthy is when you don't have to work and you're still making money while you sleep. In your 20s, you should master skills that you can trade for money. That's how you become what's called a Henry. High earner, not rich yet. Once you cross the $100,000 in yearly earnings, you need to develop money skills to leverage the money to build wealth. Don't think about investing, stocks, real estate, none of that until you're able to get to $100K per year. Reinvest everything in yourself or your business. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself. Nobody can take away what you know, and you'll be able to monetize it as long as you're alive. Number 9. Don't be the one saying no to yourself. Take a chance and let them answer. This is a massively valuable secret that will get you opportunities almost everyone else will miss. The way you think about how the world works and the way the world actually works are two different things. There's always a discount, extra ticket, room to negotiate if you just ask for it. And that's the secret. You have to ask. You want a date? Ask them out. You want to be in the play? Ask for a role. You want a raise? Ask for it. You'd be surprised how many yeses you'll get that in your mind you would expect to be no's. And if they do say no, ask what you can do to change their answer. This is the valuable part. Usually, they'll give you a roadmap to getting everything you want. In this case, they'll tell you exactly what you need to do to get the raise. If you don't ask, the answer automatically defaults to no. Number 10. You don't achieve goals you don't plan for. Rich people are rich because they made it their business to become rich. You make the choice to become rich, then you figure out what it would take and make a step-by-step game plan to get there. Sure, you need to be smart enough to adjust the course based on the change in variables, but remember this. Without the decision to bake a cherry pie, a person doesn't bother to look for a recipe for a cherry pie. Most people wish and hope that things will work out in their favor. Some get lucky, the rest are faced with a harsh reality. The only way to live the life you want is to build it yourself. You tried your way in 2022 and you probably failed your New Year's resolutions because you left it to chance. We know you've been waiting for this. For the first time this year, we're reopening the doors to Goal Mastery, the most advanced learning experience we've put together. Go to Alux.com/goals and learn how millionaires, companies, and the military approach their goals to make sure they hit them 100% of the time. And although the doors are open until Christmas, since it's Black Friday weekend, get $100 off using the promo code BF Sunday. We don't do Black Friday sales, but you've been waiting almost an entire year for this opportunity, so this $100 is on us. Goal Mastery has been the best received course we've put together, and it's truly transformational. And if you own a business, education is a deductible expense, so we urge you to make use of this opportunity to invest in yourself and save some tax dollars too. Go to Alux.com/goals and don't forget to use the promo code BF Sunday for $100 off. No bullshit, and we really believe this course will get you there in half the time you would spend otherwise, if not faster. And if you don't find it valuable, we'll give you all your money back. That's how confident we are. You've got nothing to lose here, and we guarantee you'll have plenty to gain. Alux.com/goals. Number 11. You need to be reminded more than you need to be taught. When you're young, your mind acts like a sponge, and consumption shapes your personality. You start acting like the people you look up to. You start saying things that you heard other people say and find interesting. Slowly but surely, you're becoming a cocktail of all the inputs you've consumed. This leaves you with an excess of information, but not enough action taken. You were smart enough to find this video and consume it, so you're smart enough to realize that the magic you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. At this age, your problem is consistency because you already know what you should be doing. Motivation, inspiration, luck, and great ideas will find you, but they have to find you working to make a difference. Number 12. Sample, experiment, get laid, party, as every period of time has its unique window of opportunity. Yes, you will make the money back, but you will never be 25 again dancing the night away with someone you find magnetic. The problem is you have no idea who you are, what your passions are, or what you want to do with your life, and that's okay. Until very recently, you had to ask permission to go to the bathroom. The way out of this is simple. to live, to try, to test, to taste. That's how you figure things out. There's something exciting about feeling alive, disoriented, but happy. Older people know exactly what they're going to do tomorrow, next week, and next year, but they're not feeling any of the excitement you're feeling right now. Don't trade your youth for money, as you'll realize money cannot buy your youth back. As long as you don't do anything to damage yourself or others long term, you'll be a much more well-rounded person. But try to take care of your health, and especially your lower back. As you move into your 30s, these words will sound like gospel. Number 13. You can change reality by changing the way you interact with it. Have you noticed how confident people get more out of life? Optimists outperform pessimists and realists in the long term. Act like you own the place and people will treat you as such. Embody confidence and you'll see the world treat you differently. Reshape the way the world sees you and you'll be in charge of the narrative. For us, reality changed when we started thinking of money simply as numbers on a screen. From that point, money became a strategy game. People will try to stop you from doing things because they themselves are scared of failure. But if you don't care about them, you can do anything in life. We started an original award-winning TV show called World of Alux because we wanted to travel the world and get paid to do it. Nobody told us we couldn't. We launched a tech product that competes with billion-dollar unicorn companies in the US without the need to raise money from VCs. The Alux app is thriving and people are loving it. 6 months ago, we decided we wanted to measure success based on the impact we could have in the world. So we decided to build a school in Uganda. In 2 weeks, we're traveling there to cut the ribbon on it. These are all fruits of our mind. Not everyone will hear this right, but the moment you realize you can bend reality to your wishes, life becomes a theme park. Number 14. Find your crowd, and in it, find your best too. Before your 30s, you will meet a lot of people. Not all of them will be around for long, but it will help you to identify who your people are. Life is lonely without friends. In that group, you'll find 1 or 2 really great peeps that you'll click with on a deeper level. And these are usually the friends you'll have for life, because you're mature enough to pick, but young enough to have a long road ahead. People will walk with you as long as you're walking the same direction. As time goes by, you'll find it harder and harder to make new friends and connect this deeply. So treasure these friendships. Number 15. The goal is to be wealthy, not to look rich. We know that status is important when you're young as it reflects your position in the social hierarchy, but pay close attention to this because it's one of the most dangerous traps in life. Status takes from the future to give to the present. You are sabotaging yourself. Flexing is nothing more than you showing others how much money you're comfortably wasting. Every time you do it, you need to work just a little bit longer to get to what you truly want in life, which is peace. Nobody wins when you play status games because the people you're impressing are under you and they aren't helping you climb. Those above you, they're not impressed. Screw the fake winning that people portray. Your goal is to get the real wins, the big wins, a life filled with happiness, joy, a loving family, a comfortable home, and a bed on which you can sleep peacefully at night. We know many of you are over 30 watching this, so it's your turn to help out the new generation. What's one piece of practical advice you would give to your 25-year-old self? Share it in the comments so people can learn from your experience. And as for the end of the video bonus, well, here it is. Doing what you want equals freedom. Liking what you do equals happiness. The game of life unlocks once you realize the only way to win is by finding happiness in the process. If you don't love the process, you'll never be able to endure the length of time it takes to make anything actually great happen. Find something you're good at, something people are willing to pay for. If you're good at it, you'll be passionate about deepening your knowledge and eventually you'll become a master. Figure out the vision of where you're actually enjoying the process and you win. It might not feel like it immediately, but you will win inevitably. And to help you get there, this Black Friday there are 3 bundles available for a special price. We want each and every one of you finding yourself in a better place next year. To help you get there, this Black Friday there are 3 bundles available at a special price. Goal Mastery plus one of your favorite Alux courses for only $5.99 instead of $7.50. Even better, and this will only work until Cyber Monday, use the promo code EXTRA100 and you'll get an extra $100 off the already discounted Black Friday bundle deal. We're limiting this to 100 people only. Basically, you get Goal Mastery plus a course of your choice for free. You're welcome, Aluxer. Use it wisely. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Aluxer. We're so glad you did. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and hey, don't forget to subscribe.